Hello and welcome to a short tutorial on using SEOgadget for Excel. In our first session we're going to look at how to actually install the extension on your computer. So let's assume for a moment that you've already downloaded the zip file from SEOgadget.com. If you haven't, just head to the Tools section. Should be pretty easy for you to find. Just head to SEOgadget for Excel. Now the download looks a little bit like this. You download a distribution folder. Now that starts out as a zip file, so I think the first and most important thing to point out is that obviously you've got to unzip that file. I always unzip it fully to my desktop. I just dump all the files in a folder called distribution like this, and this is what we end up with. So in the actual distribution itself we've got a couple of really useful things. So first and foremost, there's actually quite a big how-to documentation guide. So we've written sort of, the basics of how to install this thing, and given some examples of all of the different types of queries that we can use for sort of Moz, Majestic, Ahrefs, and the keyword research functions with Grepwords and SEMRush, and hopefully soon things like search metrics too. So let's head back to the desktop. You'll also have an example worksheet, which we're going to come on to in a moment, but it's actually got most of the queries that we built for the instruction guide right there for you to be able to work with. But the thing that we want to do first is use the setup file. We're going to install this thing on your computer. So if you double click setup, up pops Excel. I guess the first important thing to do is just make sure that you've clicked this yellow button here. So we've enabled editing. Then we enable the macros. So just click enable content like this, okay, and just make sure that that you've clicked yes. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is add some API credentials into the extension. So if you just click add API credentials, up pops this little dialog, and just for the purposes of this demo I'm only going to put in one or two API keys. So let's throw in the Ahrefs API key. You can't see my keys, obviously they're off screen, but just for the sake of the demo, look, if we just paste that in there, you click update credentials and then install add-in. Now if you're working on a machine that is running on Windows Server or is running on a Windows Server controlled network, you'll get this little message. That's okay, it has actually installed. You just need to activate the extension once the installation's run. So you do that by going to File, Options, Add-ins. Now you see just down here, Manage Excel Add-ins. If we click Go, then you'll see SEOgadget's appeared in the add-ins list. If we click OK, there we go. And you can test this very quickly if you just create a new sheet and go equals Ahrefs. You'll see that the new functions have appeared. So you've now got SEOgadget for Excel installed. That's the end of the first tutorial. Thanks a lot for listening and good luck.